$64. Luxury branding, celebrity hype, big promises.
There's no wick again. No way to light this thing.
No. You guys, there's no wick. Wait, producer Kylie, there's no wick, right? Am I crazy? Where's the thing that I light?
And buyers crack open the box, expecting elegance, and what stares back at them is pure emptiness. No flame, no spark, no wick. And just like that, the glossy lifestyle fantasy starts collapsing in real time. Picture this. You just dropped $64 on a so-called luxury candle. The packaging looks flawless. The vessel feels curated, clean, Instagram ready, Montecito approved. You're already imagining the soft glow, the California poppy dream, the calm vibes, the sandalwood serenity. You grab a lighter and freeze, because there's nothing to light. No wick, no flame, no function.
Oh, yes. I really wanted to bring this to the people. So I have a listener who has a family member that was working at Netflix for many, many years and just left. And I was gifted this gorgeous, as ever. There's no wick. Is that normal?
Are you serious?
Is that the thing?
There's
no wick.
I've had 2 people tell me that there was no wick when they ordered a candle.
There's literally no wick.
Are you kidding?
Just dead wax sitting there like a bad joke. This isn't a quirky design choice. This isn't some minimalist art concept. This is a candle that quite literally does nothing. It exists, but it cannot perform the one job it was made for, and that's when the disbelief kicks in hard. And no, this isn't a one-time slip-up. This isn't an oops moment from the factory. This keeps happening again and again and again. Buyers across the country are opening their boxes and realizing they paid premium money for a product that fundamentally does not work. One job, one purpose, total failure. So naturally, people reach out for refunds. Emails go out, tickets get submitted, explanations are written clearly and calmly. And what comes back? Silence. Automated replies. Crickets, total abandonment. Customers start filming themselves in disbelief. Laughing. Yelling. Holding the candle up like a prop in a dark comedy.
Oprah loves the marmalade so much. It's a favorite of hers that came across totally organically.
No.
Oh no.
I literally feel my throat closing. Oh my God. Orange marmalade.
Oh no.
Tastes like crap. I actually feel sick.
On Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, purchased a candle from a person he dislikes and received a candle without a wick in it.
You had one job. Put the wick in the candle. We're not selling candles at Walmart. This is a luxury lifestyle brand.
A $64 metaphor, one buyer jokes, saying it's like Meghan's career. Failure to launch, striking matches over and over only to realize the joke is on them. The lighter works, the candle doesn't. There is nothing inside the candle to ignite. Nothing hidden beneath the surface. Just solid wax and disappointment. And that's when the whispers start getting louder. Once is funny, twice is suspicious. But dozens? That's a pattern. This stops feeling accidental and starts looking systemic. Now here's where it gets ugly. Flip the candle over and look at the bottom. Printed clear as day, it says, always trim wick to 1 4-inch. Read that again. Always trim the wick, meaning the candle is supposed to have one. This isn't some avant-garde wickless idea. It's not designed for a warmer. It's not innovation. It's a traditional candle shipped incomplete. Some buyers report a clean cylindrical hole drilled straight down into the wax. A ghost of where the wick should have been. Others receive solid wax bricks. No hole, no wick, nothing. And let's be clear, this is not a $5 drugstore candle tossed in a bargain bin. This is marketed as luxury, elevated, curated, prestigious.
Some desperate moves to sell as ever, and reviews coming in as apparently she's selling a candle without a...
One buyer opens theirs on camera, stunned. Another calls it pathetic. Others label it a cautionary tale, a fall from grace happening in wax form. Because when you charge luxury prices, expectations go through the roof. At $64, consumers expect craftsmanship, attention to detail, functionality. What they don't expect is an object that cannot be used for its intended purpose. And let's talk about that price. $64.
Will it actually include the packaging? Because I'm hearing rumblings that another candle went out
without a wick. Again, you have one job. What's going on with
For that money, you could grab multiple 3-wick candles from Bath & Body Works. You could load up at Home Goods. You could buy a Yankee candle that actually fills your home with scent and still have cash left over. But people didn't do that. They bought this because they trusted the brand. They believed the image. They bought into the narrative. Instead, they got a very expensive paperweight. And the scent? That's another layer of irony. The signature note is California poppy, a flower that barely smells like anything at all. People who actually live in California have been saying this for years. So even if the candle did light, buyers would be burning $64 worth of wax infused with almost nothing. And frustration turns darker when refunds enter the conversation. Because when customers discover the defect, they do exactly what any reasonable person would do.
Meghan Markle always says she's known as the smart one and that her whole identity is wrapped up in being smart. We're still waiting to see that. Where is that smart identity? Like, was it smart to leave the royal family to go sell jams, jellies, dog biscuits, and wickless candles? Like, you could be royalty.
They contact customer service. They submit tickets. They explain the issue clearly. They ask for a replacement or a refund. What happens next? Nothing. Reports say customer service is basically non-responsive. Generic automated replies. Some refund requests are allegedly ignored or denied. The website reportedly enforces a strict no refund policy, meaning if your $64 candle arrives without a wick, congratulations. That's now your problem. And this is where the story stops being funny and starts flirting with legal consequences.
As ever, in my very personal opinion, is very much a ripoff. And we see this reflected in Meghan's latest pitiful.
Could be Meghan Markle involved with some of these things that have been dumped on.
Any legitimate business facing overwhelming proof of a manufacturing defect would act fast. Issue refunds. Apologize. Fix the issue. Protect the brand. That's Business 101. Instead, buyers are left holding useless wax cylinders while the brand stays silent. One customer documented the entire refund attempt step by step, submitted proof, explained the defect, got bounced between forms, then nothing. Dead end. No resolution. And the optics get even worse.
Markle's as ever product launch has just got mocked by the UK government. Let me explain more.
This candle, right? This as ever scented candle. And we're in the United Kingdom, so it didn't arrive until after to the United Kingdom. And I saw this and I thought, enjoy. Well, of course I'm not going to enjoy. This is terrible, Alan. And I wasn't even going to mention it because it's like, I don't want people to think that I'm putting money into her pockets and all of that. But of course I was intrigued to look at the candle and look at the box. And I known full well what happened with Link Lauren, my friend Link, when he received his as ever order. Of course, I assumed I'd sorted it out. So you are not going to believe what happened when I opened the box, when I got back. There's no wick again. No way to light this thing. Seriously, look.
Reports surface about unsold inventory being treated like trash. Allegedly, departing Netflix employees were handed bags of leftover promotional items. Basically, junk being cleared out. Inside those bags, products, including candles. Wickless candles. Given away not as gifts, but as leftovers no one wanted. That alone says everything. And hovering over all of this is the ultimate irony. Meghan has repeatedly claimed she has an obsessive eye for detail. That she's hands-on. That she personally oversees quality. Because right now, that promise looks as hollow as a $64 candle with no wick. She has said it herself again and again. That nothing leaves with her name on it unless it meets her personal standards. That every detail is scrutinized. That quality control is non-negotiable. So explain this. How does a candle, a product that has required the same basic components for thousands of years, ship without one of them? Wax, vessel, fragrance, wick. 4 elements. And somehow, repeatedly, the most essential part goes missing. There is no version of this story where competence wins. Either she isn't involved at all, which makes those public claims feel performative and hollow, or she is involved and somehow failed to notice candles being shipped without wicks. Both options are brutal. Both options damage credibility. There's no third door here. As more buyers speak up, as complaints pile higher, as screenshots, videos, and receipts keep circulating. The wickless candle stops being funny. This is no longer social media mockery. Legal pressure starts creeping in. Consumer protection agencies, formal complaints, even whispers of class actions beginning to surface. At that point, the candle becomes more than a defect. It turns into a symbol, a luxury illusion cracking under pressure, a brand built on image but collapsing under execution. A $64 reminder that hype only carries you so far before reality burns straight through the narrative. And this is where the wickless candle scandal stops being a punchline. It starts looking like a legal landmine just sitting there, waiting for the wrong step. Because when you sell a product marketed as one thing, a candle, and it literally cannot function as that thing. Consumer protection laws do not shrug, they circle. Federal agencies exist for moments exactly like this. And when enough complaints stack up, investigations don't ask politely. They don't care about celebrity names. They don't care about carefully curated branding. They don't care about lifestyle aesthetics. They care about facts, and the facts are ugly. Customers paid premium prices. They received defective products. They were denied refunds. That's textbook trouble. Then comes the nightmare scenario for any consumer-facing brand. Class action potential. Multiple buyers. Same defect. Same silence. Same refusal to refund. That's not coincidence. That's a pattern. And patterns are what lawyers love. Even if courts don't move immediately, there's another slow poison that quietly destroys brands from the inside. Chargebacks. When customers dispute charges through their credit card companies, businesses don't just lose the money. They get hit with penalties, fees, risk flags. Too many chargebacks and payment processors don't negotiate. They shut you down. No processor means no online sales. No online sales means the business is effectively finished. All of this over a candle that couldn't light. And somehow amid this chaos, amid customer outrage, amid refund complaints, reports claim expansion is the plan, not damage control, not accountability, not making buyers whole. Expansion, specifically the UK market. Let that sink in. The same operation struggling to satisfy American customers. The same brand accused of refusing refunds. The same company shipping unusable products. Allegedly setting its sights on one of the strictest consumer protection environments in the world. This is where disbelief starts edging into delusion. Because if there's one audience that will not tolerate defective luxury goods, it's British consumers. UK consumer law is unforgiving. Refunds aren't optional. Quality standards aren't suggestions. Try selling a wickless candle there while denying refunds. Regulators won't send polite emails. They'll kick the door in. And the irony cuts deep. She wouldn't just be competing with random lifestyle brands. She'd be up against deeply established British names. Brands with heritage, craftsmanship, trust. The contrast would be brutal. And what makes this saga truly damaging isn't just the defect. It's the pattern around it. Suspicious sellouts, followed by canceled orders. Customer complaints disappearing into the void. Netflix quietly backing away as ratings collapsed. The lifestyle empire that was supposed to redefine prestige has instead turned into a case study in overpromise and underdeliver. And those Netflix numbers don't lie. A heavily promoted series backed by a global platform failing to outrank decade-old reruns. Children's cartoons with zero marketing beating it effortlessly. The audience collapse was so sharp it didn't look like a decline. It looked like a cliff. And when reports surfaced that leftover products were allegedly handed out like junk to departing employees, that detail doesn't feel random. It feels like a signal. And that detail says everything. Because this is exactly what happens when inventory piles up, when demand doesn't match the hype, when the illusion collapses behind the scenes long before the public fully catches on. That's why the wickless candle scandal hits so hard. It's physical. It's undeniable. You can't spin it. You can't PR your way out of a missing wick. You can't gaslight customers into believing they're supposed to light wax with hope and intention. Either the wick is there or it isn't. There's no interpretation, no spin, no creative explanation that saves this. And when buyers joke that the candle is a metaphor, they're not wrong. because everything about this scandal mirrors the brand itself. A glossy exterior, heavy container, big promises, carefully staged visuals. And when you dig inside, there's nothing that actually ignites, nothing that delivers, nothing that sustains the illusion. What makes it even more damaging is the refusal to take responsibility. Brands survive mistakes all the time. Manufacturing issues happen. Shipping problems happen. What destroys brands isn't the mistake. It's arrogance. Silence. Acting like the customer is the problem. Because once people feel dismissed, once they feel disrespected, they don't just stop buying, they start warning others. And that shift is deadly. That's exactly what's happening now. Videos everywhere. Reviews piling up. Reaction clips. Mockery, deep dives. The internet doing what it always does when it senses hypocrisy. Every unboxing becomes a potential expose. Every complaint becomes another thread in a growing tapestry of distrust. This isn't a PR storm that blows over in a week. This is reputational erosion. Slow, relentless, permanent. And here's the most dangerous part. Consumers don't need to hate you to abandon you. They just need to stop believing. And belief, once gone, is almost impossible to recover. So where does that leave the brand now? Staring down regulatory scrutiny? Facing the possibility of lawsuits? Bleeding credibility? And still somehow pushing forward like nothing's wrong. No apology tour, no recall, no public acknowledgement that something went disastrously wrong. Just more ads, more products, more insistence that the dream is still alive. But dreams don't survive reality unchecked. A $64 candle without a wick isn't luxury. It's negligence wrapped in branding. It's a warning sign flashing in neon lights. And it tells consumers everything they need to know about what happens when image replaces substance. Because at the end of the day, this was never about scent, or wax, or candles. It was about trust. And that trust burned out before it ever had a chance to light. If you want more deep dives like this, like the video. Subscribe for more breakdowns. Drop your thoughts in the comments. And share this with anyone who still believes hype over reality.